Hello, my name is Shelley Peacock, and I am an associate professor in the College of Nursing at the University of Saskatchewan in Saskatoon, Canada. My research team and I developed a writing tool for wives, husbands, and partners to a person who died with dementia. This work was funded by the Saskatchewan Health Research Foundation and is based on the work of Dr. Lorraine Holtzlander. We spoke with several bereaved caregivers to ask how they positively navigated their own bereavement and how they dealt with their feelings. We used that information to adapt Lorraine's tool. We then offered that refined and adapted tool to another group of bereaved caregivers and sought their feedback.
The tool itself helped me to focus attention on the goodness of our relationships, the good things that happened, the happy times. That's what I'm left with. It's the happy time in our life. Yeah, I think the cues were helpful in formulating and focusing, helping to focus attention on the things that really mattered. You know, the good things in life and the regrets and things like that. But yes, I think perhaps that was most helpful.
The tool probably helped me most in not having to dump it on my family, on my children. I mean, they knew what was going on, they knew it was stressful, but to sit down and just fall apart in front of them or with them, I didn't have to do that because I could write down my feelings and mull through them.
The tool, in essence, is a journal that uses writing to support spouses in their bereavement. There are activities and prompts throughout the tool that aids in reflections about past caregiving experiences, what your grief might look like now, and how to help you move forward in your bereavement to discover and reclaim your new self.
Going through the questions and the cues and then responding to them in writing made such a big difference, because I think in order to write something, one has to think about whatever it is you're writing. And that process enabled me then to highlight more than ever the good things and the happy times that we had. And so the book itself and the tool enabled me to separate those two sides of life, happy side and the sadness that comes from many, many things. But I was able to, in some ways, suppress the sadness because of the tool.
The tool has 3 different sections, all used to work on different parts of bereavement. The tool can be used in any way that works for you. There is no right or wrong way to work through the activities. Some of the things that we heard from spouses that have used the tool include:
there were times when I wrote at any time of the day, but I found that the tool was most helpful in the evening. For some reason, perhaps I had more time, or I was freer, or maybe something happened I do not recall. But many times I wrote in the evening. But sometimes I wrote at noon, but never in the morning, though.
I felt very happy that there was something that in my hands, I could take in my hands and feel I had help. Feel that somebody was caring, somebody was thoughtful enough to bring this to my attention, and something to write in, something to put my emotions into.
In some ways, there was no emotional feeling about writing. The emotional feelings came after the written word. So if I wrote something about happiness, when I read what I wrote after the writing, there was this elation about things, because you'd think about other things that are related to it, and it becomes an expansive thing afterwards.
Well, I like writing, and if I write it down at the moment that it's happening or right after it's happening, it seems to relieve a lot of stress. It just seems to go on the page. And that was very helpful. Because a lot of that, as you're going through it, you just don't understand what's happening. You're giving and giving and giving some more, and you're not getting anything back other than frustration. So with that in mind, writing it down was very important to me. It just that's the way I like to do it. And the tool gave me space to write it instead of scribbling here or there. And then I could go back and relate to what I had written and agree with it or not agree with it, or decide that things have gotten better, or, you know, just maybe things have gotten worse. And big thing was in accepting the position I was in and the challenge I had.
You will see the tool is available on the website to either be downloaded and worked on a computer, or you may print off a hard or paper copy and work through the activities that way. In closing, part of the reason for my desire to develop this tool is because of my experience with my very own grandparents. I'd like to think that my grandmother would have benefited from something like this to write about her feelings after being bereaved of my grandfather. Now that they are both gone, it is my hope that we can help other people and perhaps make your bereavement a little bit easier. Thank you.